What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. I saw where Shakur Stevenson took a little shot at Keyshawn, saying that had a Domino's pizza box with just the crust left, saying that basically saying that he was in shape and that's why he could eat a whole pizza like that. He ain't gonna have no problems making weight, woo woo. And to me that was hella petty, to be honest with you. That was some petty. That was a real petty move. Shakur was one of the main ones saying that that's his boy. They'd never fight each other. Whoop, whoop, this bigger than boxing, and he's older than Keyshawn Davis. I'm pointing that out to say this. Whatever going on with Richard Hitch and Shakur and Keyshawn said something like, "Is y'all married or woo woo?" Something like that. And Carter said that their relationship was weird or something to that extent. But he never went any further than that. And he only said Hitchens' name. Since then, anytime somebody brought up Shakur in any way, he said he had no comment. Which I don't know if maybe he regretted what he tweeted. Once you put something out there, you really can't take it. Even if you take it back, one of these dudes gonna save it because they live for this kind of stuff. So, I don't know what made Keyshawn say what he said, but the bottom line is he really wasn't that big of a deal, and he the younger fighter. Not saying that just because he's younger, he don't know what he's doing. I just felt like as much as Shakur was out here saying that how close of friends they was and how he would never fight them, and the fans saying that the fans want, we was trying to make a situation with them, but the bottom line, and it really wasn't that. Where the fans was at is, y'all not blood brothers and y'all fight in the same division. What you mean y'all ain't gonna fight? That it didn't make no sense. And you know, who knows, they still may or may not fight, but I just felt like earlier in the week, before Keyshawn had his fight, Shakur put out a tweet saying, "Sometimes you want to say nothing, but I just stay silent." Ooh, basically speaking to that situation, saying he wasn't gonna say nothing. But you wait till the dude go through, I ain't gonna say lose the fight, but he lost the fight on the scales and got a possible suspension up and coming. Now you want to take a shot, and I just felt like if y'all was ever as close as you say you were, this ain't the time to be taking that jab. This might have been the time to pick up the phone and be like, "Yo, dog, you all right, man? Whoop whoop," because what he said wasn't no big deal. And if y'all brothers or if y'all as close as you claim you were, why would you go tit for tat? It's just like just that emotional stuff. And I can't, Shakur been around his grandfather most of his life, so you would think he wouldn't be doing shit like this. But it just kinda threw me that he would take that shot at Keyshawn like that right now, especially with him the way he said how close they were. Uh me and one of my best friends could have an argument. He might could say some stupid stuff like that. But if he in a bad way, that I ain't gonna come at you now. I'll wait. If I really want to say something, I'd rather wait and either say it face to face or at least say it when you standing upright and you ain't in the situation he in right now. It's almost like piling on. I can see the fans, I can see reporters doing it. But even if he wasn't your boy and he was a fighter, and y'all just not enemies, this, this is some real, it's petty. It's petty. And I felt like Shakur is bigger than this. I always felt like Shakur was the better boxer than Keyshawn, but I said Keyshawn probably is a better fighter, but a lot of times the better boxer will beat the better fighter in a big fight if they score it fairly and the boxer don't get knocked down. I just, once again, I never expected the little brother thing, whatever they had going on, to last, but I didn't see. But I still would have thought, especially with where they at now, nothing really has happened for just, even if we friends, I could, well, I can't say nothing to you. I can't. It just seemed to me like, you know, I ain't saying one is more right than the other because I'm a bigger Shakur fan than I am Keyshawn Davis. But at the same time, it's just the fact that Shakur was the main one broadcasting saying what ain't gonna happen never, and the fan, just saying like we was trying to make them uh get at it, get into it with each other and stuff like that, and that was far from the case. And now that something has happened, it's back to what we all said would happen at some point anyway. I saw it coming when Shakur was at the fight when he won the belt. And you can look and see Shakur was sitting over there feeling some type of way. Not about Keyshawn, just the fact that he was getting a lot of love and the juice, and truthfully so that Shakur should be getting in. That Bob Arum has promoted Keyshawn way better than he did Shakur or Terrence to some degree, if we being honest. And if I'm Shakur, I'm pissed off too. If let's just keep it real. I ain't mad at Keyshawn, but I'm damn sure mad at this promoter that wouldn't put my name out there. And but you got this dude up on the pedestal. Hell yeah, that pissed Shakur off. It's probably hard for him to not really feel like that when him and Keyshawn and all them right there, and he watching this dude get treated 10 times better than him. But you can't say one is no better fighter than the other, not really. So like I said, we knew this was gonna happen at some point, but I just wish Shakur would have been a bigger person than this, because just say, for instance, if Keyshawn saw the tweet, got salty and said, okay, let's fight. Can't even do that now because shit, Keyshawn gonna get suspended behind that bullshit. He may not be in the ring again for another year and a half. They did zap like this before, so it it ain't no telling when we gonna see Keyshawn in the ring again. Shakur finna be fighting on. And that's the only reason why I say that, because just say, for instance, you shot your jab and Keyshawn said, okay, let's straighten it in the ring. That can't happen for at least a year and change. They won't even be feeling the same way by then. So, I guess you gotta get yours in when you can, but I just wouldn't think another fighter would kick another fighter that he been that tight with while he down, just because of one little disagreement or one little incident. It just seemed a little petty to me. Especially when just a week earlier you said you thought about saying stuff, but you just gonna you know you learn to not say nothing or whatever. But soon as you get a chance, I don't know, man, but I still like Shakur. He's still one of my favorite fighters. But I would like to see him in the ring with some real talented fighters to see what type of chin he got, and if he's really pressed, will he fight? And how will he fight? That's what I want to see of Al Shakur. Somebody get in there and press him and force him to really let his hands go, and see if he can fight just as good as he can box, because at some point you're going to need to be able to do both to keep on winning, especially if you're not going to be knocking dudes out. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.